I said I'll keep the participant list up in case anybody comes in, and then I'll lock the room. Welcome, welcome. All right, so welcome everybody. Hello, I am so excited that we're doing this. Karen, what a blessing this is to every night come on and talk about A Course in Miracles. It's really life-changing when you get into the lessons. So I'm Teri Angel here with Karen Palmer. We have done so many co-creative things together, and this is our newest adventure, talking about A Course in Miracles, and we're on lesson number 4, not day number 4, but lesson number 4. And we have a beautiful group here in the Zoom room. So Karen, I love how you start us out, so I'm just going to ask for you to do that, please.
Oh, thank you so much. And I just want to thank you, Teri, for always jumping on the magic carpet with me. Every time I get an idea that comes through for an adventure in this beautiful reflection of absolute oneness, you jump right on that magic carpet with me. And I just want to thank you for that, because and everyone here, everyone who's doing this and making this commitment to yourself, I'm so grateful for you. I'm so incredibly grateful for you. I am so excited about what is going to come from this for all of us, because we're doing this for the all. We're doing this for the absolute. This is one of my favorite lessons that is in the Holy Shift. It's a hard one sometimes for a lot of people to really feel into, because maybe you'd never heard this. Maybe somebody's never said this to you, even as a child. Maybe this is a really, really important thing for us to know, that we are this no matter what. And it doesn't matter that we're not, when we hear this, we have to just let ourselves really receive it. So I'm inviting everyone to take a moment to really, really hear these words in the depth of your heart, so that you are knowing with certainty that this is the truth. Such a beautiful, beautiful message. So let's just take a minute to bring our heart and our brain into coherence. Just bringing our hand to our heart. Just thinking about how grateful we are for so many blessings. So many ways that love reflects in our life. And feel into these words. You are the work of God, and His work is wholly lovable and wholly loving. This is how we must think of ourselves, in our heart, because this is what we are. Wholly loving, wholly lovable. Just say that to yourself quietly. I am wholly lovable and wholly loving. And I don't need to do anything to be this. I am wholly lovable. I am wholly loving. All are wholly lovable. All are wholly loving. Because there is no separation. That's quite a deep lesson, huh? We can take that in and really have that feeling state, you know, like what Joe Dispenza says, you know, bringing in that elated feeling of wholly lovable, wholly loving, and knowing that for all, that we can accept that for all.
Karen, I love when we say that about ourselves. I am holy, and just really feel into what does that mean? Because I don't think, well, I'm speaking for myself, I don't call myself holy. And so I love that you did that exercise with us. Thank you. I think it's interesting that we have been deconstructing constructs. That has been the first 3 lessons. This is lesson 4. And the first 3 were about, let's just break it down. Let's just tear things down so we can build it back up and see what we have to work with. And this was just the perfect example of just letting go of everything outside of ourselves, truly focusing on what's inside, because that's the only thing that's real.
That's my answer to every trigger now. Any trigger that comes up, I say, not now, only love is real. Nope, real. Not now. Not now. I'm not listening to you. Not now. Too busy being happy.
Busy loving life. Kathy said she had to disconnect from Zoom. That's all right. At least you're benefiting from listening in. And Annie 7.
That's another thing I say to myself. I'm too happy to be upset.
Yeah.
It comes up and it wants to come up and it wants to like start to come to the surface, and I smack it right down. I'm too happy to be upset.
Yeah, because that's the choice that we have.
Because our triggers are our gifts. They are the gift of grace. Anything that upsets us is a gift. Anything it's showing us a hidden false belief. And when we see those hidden false beliefs, a lot of times they're hidden. They're totally hidden in a sense of a false sense of security that we have. And somebody pulls the rug out from under us, and the thing that we thought was so secure is completely not there anymore. And then we get that opportunity. We usually want to blame that other person, but really that person is a reflection and giving us a gift.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, what we've been doing right now is just seeing that there really isn't anything on the outside, and what we do see, we gave that the meaning that it has for us. We created whatever is there and the meaning that it has. And I love one of the books that I'm reading in, The Course in Miracles Made Easy, which our Auntie Jean has now. It talks about projecting, because that's what we're doing. When there's something else that we see outside of ourselves, we're projecting, instead of going inside and saying, okay, what is that? What am I feeling? And looking inside. And I think this is so powerful to really understand this concept, don't you, Karen? This is it's like the turning point now. Okay, we've spent those 3 days in just doing those simple exercises for a minute, but now it's like we've turned a corner and we're looking at what is real.
Yeah, the next 3 lessons that we do and the next 3 lessons coming up after that are really powerful too. So the next 3 lessons, this one right here that's coming up, I think goes really well with the next 2 that come up. It's really very sequential, each step. It's like we're being gently led back home to our true nature, to our true self.
Absolutely. So would you like me to read the part that I highlighted from this book?
Yes, please.
Thinking about how there really isn't anything else other than us. Yes, and then we'll talk about how we did with that lesson that we learned last night. So that was all leading us to this realization that we're projecting outside of ourselves. It's really in here, but we're projecting it. And he says the antidote to projection is extension. Extension means that we recognize godly attributes within ourselves, which is interesting because it was like, oh, I'm holy, question mark. So we recognize the godly attributes and we extend them to enfold the world we perceive outside of us. Extension is similar to projection in that we are taking something inside ourselves and seeing it outside. But in extension, we are not fabricating a separation between ourselves and what we see. Instead, we enfold the world in the goodness that abides at the core of our being. Projection splits and disown. Extension includes and embraces. And that's the difference. And that's why the Course has had us look at the fact that, everything that we project, that we see outside of ourselves, we've given the meaning to that.
Right.
So I'd love to hear what people did with your exercise from yesterday, exercise number 3, lesson number 3.
The lesson 3 was, I don't understand this. I don't know anything. Mm-hmm. So it was like a robot, kind of a denial of my thoughts. Like, nope, you can't think that way. Kind of like Siri. It's like, Siri, can we play a game? I don't like this game. Can we play something else? And then, because my mind wanted to go to, well, does understanding require truth? But then I was like, oh, robot. Oh, yeah, I don't know anything. So that was my experience.
That's so awesome, Roz. I love that. That's beautiful. It's such a great insight and a way to see it. I love that. I'm gonna use that. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and I
I'm
think
going to use that when things come up. I'm going to just remind myself that I can be like a robot.
Yeah. It's breaking down those preconceived ideas.
Yeah.
And that was your writing about the preconceived ideas.
Yeah, it was so beautiful what you wrote, Auntie Jean. That was so beautiful.
And that's something that I was interested in. Pam, she was talking about how she talks to herself, or she would have these conversations. And, we've been doing that forever, and we don't really realize what we're doing. We really don't. And, that's one reason that I love this children's book that I got, because they put it in a more simple way where, we're in the dream world. We've fallen asleep and we don't remember how much our God loves us. And we don't open our heart and listen to him the way we should. And so that really helped me with the understanding too. And yes, we think we might not have preconceived, but all of our thoughts about things are preconceived. So it's enlightening to know that we have another way of doing that. What the real world is God's love. So
I love that too, because it's like we wipe the slate clean and we just become childlike, and we just know that we are children of God, children of the light, children of the love, whatever word you want to use. But we are the children that are of the universe, the children of the, the absolute, the children of the supreme. Anyway, we are the children, And if we can just be childlike and stop thinking with the I know mind and constantly thinking, I know what to do about this, and just check in and ask love, well, love, what would you have me do here? What would you have me say here? Well, love, how can I love myself more? How can I enjoy other experiences more? Love, ask it. Just ask it and talk to it, just like it's your best friend, because it is. It is our best friend. And you know, this has been the greatest lesson for me, is how do I become my own best friend? I've always been looking. We start in kindergarten trying to find that best friend, trying to find that person who can actually really get us and who really, you know, we really connect with. But what if we just taught our children how to be their own best friend? And then, as Alan said, and then extend that. So that's our suggestion for tomorrow. And the next lesson is, I'm going to read the next lesson, but that's my suggestion. Yeah.
I think Kathy's comment about
Absolutely.
Lesson number 3. She said, lesson number 3 is an enlightening moment. I do not understand something that I, at one time, thought I did. I started my early learning in a Catholic grade school, and they sort of made you understand their teachings. But as I grew, I started seeing that I really did not understand what they were trying to teach me. I love that enlightened moment that you had there, Kathy. And yeah, it's like when we start waking up to real and illusion, then we do question, and that's okay. It's okay to question. It's okay to say, I don't understand this at all. Mm-hmm. And that's actually a very good thing, to just go back to square one and say, I really don't understand.
It feels like freedom for me when I say I don't know, when I don't know what to do. I just take to my bed when something's coming up and I'm really, really hurting or upset about something. I just go lay down on my bed and I say, I don't know why this is happening, but I'm grateful because I know that there's a gift in it somehow. And just in that moment, just saying, I don't understand why this is happening, but I do know that there is some gift that I haven't. It's wrapped in sandpaper. I can't get to it. I don't know exactly what it is, but if I can just be still for a moment, I know you'll show me.
Yeah, perfect.
That's my thing. Rest, trust, and listen, and let go.
Yes.
Rest, trust, listen, and let go.
Perfect explanation, Karen. Thank you. And, you know, for me, I've had a hard time my whole life just accepting something just because it said that's the way it is. And how many of us, anybody besides me, that you were told that that's just the way it is? That's the way.
Yeah.
And that's the way it's supposed to be. And so you just have to accept it. And I've had a hard time with that my whole life. And so I do research, I read, and I examine. That's why I'm reading 5 different versions of A Course in Miracles, because I understand more fully. But I've said this many times, the more I learn that there is more to learn.
So.
Yeah. One way, this many years ago, one of my teachers keeping me for 4 years, and that's a miracle. I'm one of her favorite students. See, that's a miracle.
I'm like you, Teri, too. I want to know why I'm curious about why they happen. But, you know, I started out like Kathy at Catholic schools. That's how I was raised. And I never could understand, because they couldn't explain it. That's the way I felt. But I realized what it is now, is I was going to the wrong place. because it's inside where you learn what that is. You know, now I can feel him. I know he's there. I believe it without question. And I think that's part of it. You know, it's that once you look in the right place, then you find it.
And there's the possibility that those who are teaching don't understand. They don't understand. So how can they possibly explain it to us, right?
Absolutely. Everybody's doing the best they know how with the awareness that they have. And a lot of the times people will act like they know what they're talking about and really are not as certain as you are even on teaching.
Right.
That, one way to keep before with 3 years away, I was her favorite student, and Miss Mary Wu, I remember, but she want to keep them before forever. I'm one of her favorite students.
Yeah. All right. Well, Karen, I think we need to get on with what the
Okay,
next.
so lesson 4.
8:30.
Yeah, so lesson 4, as we close out this, and our, you know, we've had a lot of really great insights and ideas. I encourage us to really apply all those 3 lessons to number 4, because number 4 leads us to these thoughts do not mean anything. They are like the things I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place. Unlike the preceding ones, these exercises do not begin with the idea for the day. In these practice periods, begin with noting the thoughts that are crossing your mind for about a minute. Then apply the idea to them. If you are already aware of unhappy thoughts, use them as a subject for the idea. Do not, however, select only the thoughts you think are bad. You will find, if you train yourself to look at your thoughts, that they all represent such a mixture that, in a sense, none of them can be called good or bad. This is why they do not mean anything. In selecting the subjects for the application of today's idea, the usual specificity is required. Do not be afraid to use good thoughts as well as bad. None of them represent your real thoughts, which are being covered up by them. The good ones, of which you are aware, are but the shadows of what lies beyond, and the shadows make sight difficult. The bad ones are blocks to sight and make seeing impossible. You don't want either of them. This is a major exercise and will be repeated from time to time in somewhat different forms. The aim here is to train you in the first steps toward the goal of separating the meaningless from the meaningful. It is a first attempt in the long-range purpose of learning to see the meaningless as outside you and the meaningful within. It is also the beginning of training your mind to recognize what is the same and what is different. In using your thoughts for application of the idea for today, identify each thought by the central figure or the event it contains. For example, this thought about blank does not mean anything. It is like the things I see in this room or wherever you are. You can also use the idea for a particular thought which you recognize as harmful. This practice is useful, but is not a substitute for more random procedures to be followed for the exercises. Do not, however, examine your mind for more than a minute or so. You are too inexperienced as yet to avoid the tendency to become pointlessly preoccupied. Further, Since these exercises are the first of their kind, you may find the suspension of judgment in connection with thoughts particularly difficult. Do not repeat these exercises more than 3 or 4 times during the day. We will return to them later. And then I have this short little one here. These thoughts do not mean anything. The thoughts of which I am aware do not mean anything because I am trying to think without God. What I call my thoughts are not my real thoughts. My real thoughts are the thoughts I think with God. I am not aware of them because I have made my thoughts to take their place. I am willing to recognize that my thoughts do not mean anything and let them go. I choose to have them be replaced by what they were intended to be replaced. My thoughts are meaningless, but all creation lies in the thoughts that I share with God.
Beautiful. And I'd like to just end us with what Pam Grout has to say.
Yay.
That believe me, it's extremely liberating to realize that the running commentary that dominates my consciousness is not who I really am. So let that sink in. Those thoughts
do not mean anything.
They don't mean anything. And just keep going to your heart. That's what I say. Just keep going to your heart. Because sometimes we're in our ego and in our head, and we can go down some rabbit holes, can't we? So, yeah, I love this tonight. I look forward to tomorrow and seeing where we're going with this, because I really do feel like this has turned a corner. And now we're like seeing what's on the next street over from where we have been with looking at the material things outside of us. So thank you all. Thank you for joining us. Kathy, I'm so happy that you were here. And let's see, who else did we have? Annie Seven. There were several people here that didn't comment, but were listening in, being the observers, and that's awesome. Thank you for that. And those that will listen to it later, we so appreciate you. And Rosalind, thank you for being here with us, honey. Just such a beautiful spirit in here in the room with us. And we appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to go into our chanting. I'm going to turn off the live from the group because we're trying to keep that just the lesson and the group. So let me go do that, and then we'll get into that first chant.
Yes.
Okay, so our first chant is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And Karen, would you talk about that? And I'll go ahead and type in the words for us all.
Okay, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number after we do our 108 count all together as our beautiful family. And then beautiful Teri Angel will take us on a short meditation into freedom, and we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that we declare all obstacles be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all illusions and illness be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
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 Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha. Om
Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha. Om
Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Pray
Namaha.
no.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha. Om
Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om 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 Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Ha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapaye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapaye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapaye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Paye
Namaha.
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 Om Gam
Paye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Ganapaye Nama.
Take a breath into our heart. Just breathe in that energy of freedom, letting go. It's so freeing when we don't try to control, when we just release everything other than love. Hold on to that love that's right there in your heart. It's going to guide you. It guides all of us. But sometimes we block it out with those thoughts. So letting of what's not real, focusing on what is real. And what is real is our next chant. That's so beautiful. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Would you talk about that, please? And I'll type those words in.
Yes. So this is where we chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam 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 Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
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 Nam Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
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 Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Kyo. Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge
Kyo.
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo. Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
No
Renge
one Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
No
Kyo.
one Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Open Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho
Oh,
Renge
we do.
Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Oh, we do.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Yeah.
Nam
Yeah.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
No.
Nam Myoho Renge
Oh, we
Kyo.
do.
Nam Myoho Renge
No, we
Kyo.
do.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Yeah.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Do.
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
No, we
Kyo.
do.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Do.
Nam Myoho Renge
We
Kyo.
do.
Nam Myoho Renge
No, we
Kyo.
do. We
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
do.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Do.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Do.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Do.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Do.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
We did do.
Yeah.
Do.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Do.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Do.
Renge
No,
Kyo.
we do.
Nam Myoho Renge
We
Kyo.
do.
Renge Kyo.
Do. Do.
Nam Myoho Renge
No,
Kyo.
we do.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Do.
Nam Myoho Renge
Oh, we did do.
Nam Myoho Renge
Oh,
Kyo.
we do.
Nam Myoho Renge
We
Kyo.
do.
Nam Myoho
Oh, we
Kyo.
oh,
Nam
yeah, oh, we did do.
Let's go back inside our hearts, back where love lives, and pull in that love energy, love, compassion, peace, and joy. Let all those beautiful energies rise up inside of you. And we're going to chant Om 3 times, giving honor to our Creator. And then we'll stay in our hearts for just a moment, connecting the heart and the brain. And then we're going to give our love away to the world. So take a deep breath in, and we'll begin the chanting of Om. Om.
Mm.
Om. Om.
No, no, no.
Now you're invited to hold that love once more in your heart, that love energy, the love thought, just the pure holiness that's inside of you. And as you breathe out, just envision that you're giving that to the world, wherever it needs to go. Just set it free to go to the hearts that are waiting for it. That light that we're shining into the darkness right now. We just pray that it goes to those hearts where it's needed. Om Shanti Shanti.
Me,
Om
me,
Peace.
peace.
May this love that we send fall on the hearts of everything on earth that has energy. And may peace fall on our earth. Om Shanti. And our miracle Marlene is here. Marlene, welcome. I'm so glad. I had the conversation with Marlene. She hasn't been getting notified, so that's why she hasn't been with us. But I sent her a message notification. So glad you're here. We really feel the energy when Marlene is here. So happy. Every night we make a declaration that there is peace on earth. And about it, Chris, can you lead us in that?
Yeah, I am honored. We declare that peace on earth and be kind to Mama Gaia and everyone else too. 1, 2, 3.
We declare
Yeah.
that there is peace on earth,
Yeah.
and we declare that peace begins inside of us.
So it is.
Forever and ever.
Ever. Amen.
Man, so beautiful. So, as Charlie would tell us,
We
I don't
are.
know why he's not here tonight, but we're missing him. Charlie would say, we do this every night because we're a group known as
The
Peace.
people peace.
Peace. And if you're here, you're a P too. And Jean, do you want to sing that?
I'm a P, you're a P. Won't you like to be a P too?
And the answer is yes, of course. All want to be P's. Oh, thank you so much. Another one that we're missing tonight is our Grace Isis. And Gracie, wherever you are, whatever's going on in your world, we love you so much. And you're so missed when you're not here. And if
Yeah,
Grace,
please.
she'd be telling us.
The hills are alive with the
Why?
sound of chanting.
Chanting.
That's right. And peace is coming down.
Come on the mountain when it's chant.
Peace
Big
is
Gracie,
coming
we think
round the mountain when we
Wonderful.
stand.
Yeah.
Peace. Why is Karen not singing? She's the only one that has a real good voice. Pieces, come on, Karen. You have a
Peace is
good
coming
voice.
around the mountain when we
Mountain.
chant.
Yeah.
Peace is coming
Yeah,
around the mountain when we
mountain.
chant.
Chant.
Peace is
Peace is
coming
Come
around
on the
Peace is
mountain.
coming
Come
around
on the
Peace is
mountain.
coming around the mountain
When
when we
we
Nam
chant.
Myoho.
Wayne
Renge Kyo.
Thank you. Gracie would be proud.
Have you noticed that I've gotten her accent? I always say chant.
Mhm.
Well, we
Chant.
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 I love that.
Chant.
Gracie, you're so precious to us. I hope you're watching this. All right. Well, look at that. Perfect timing. We're at the top of the hour. We're going to get out of here and wish you all a blessed day or night, whatever it might be where you are. Stay in your heart and stay blessed. We'll be back tomorrow at 8:00 to do A Course in Miracles lessons. And then we're chanting. Thank you, everyone who joined in. We love you so much. We leave you with
Namaste.
y'all.
see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Have a good
Bye.
night. Good night, Gracie.
Naya, Gracie, we love you,
We love
Gracie.
you, Gracie.
We do.
Good night, Charlie.